Hey guys, welcome back to the Digest This podcast. I'm your host, Bethany Cameron, and today is a solo episode, so you just get me. And I wanted to talk about, in case you didn't know from the title, the foods that I used to eat before I got really sick and my gut health just went down the tank. And I'm going to share things, again, like that I ate and the reason why I ate them. And I was basically deceived, just like so many Americans, thought I was eating healthy, thought I was choosing the right things. So I want to share what brands, what specific things I was eating, how I felt afterwards, and what really changed in that like aha moment. So I feel like a lot of people can probably relate. I know most of my listeners are very well educated already. You guys are smart people. You know what to put in your body and what not to. And so if you don't get anything out of this episode, which I'm sure you still will, I think it's just really enlightening and possibly something or an episode that you can share with someone else that you've been trying to get through forever. They're just not listening to you. Sometimes sharing an episode to that with that person is how you can get across to them. Speaking from experience, like I'll send stuff to like my parents and it's coming from someone else and then they'll listen versus me telling them directly. Like they just don't listen. I don't know if anyone can relate, but I feel like I can't get through to the people close to my life. But then if I send them someone else's reel or podcast, they'll listen and they'll be like, oh yeah, we should like make the change. So all that to say, let's get right into the episode. If you're buying quality food and ingredients like grass-fed meat and organic produce, but still cooking with pots and pans containing forever chemicals, then all your efforts to clean eating kind of just went out the window. I personally have been using Our Place non-toxic ceramic cookware and absolutely love it. Not only are they easy to use, easy to clean, but also very lightweight, which was something I hated with my previous non-toxic pots and pans. Our Place offers a variety of toxin-free cookware ranging from slow cookers, blenders, pots, pans, bakeware, and even dinnerware with all a modern, sleek style. Their non-stick cookware is made with ceramic, but most importantly, they're made without PFAS, lead, or cadmium. They're also oven safe for up to 450 degrees for all your favorite stovetop to oven recipes. These are the perfect gifts for your family, friends, and of course, yourself. Stop cooking with toxic cookware and upgrade to Our Place today. Visit FromOurPlace.com/digest and use code DIGEST for 10% off site-wide with a 100-day risk-free trial, free shipping, and free returns. You can experience this game-changing cookware with zero risk. All right, so a little backstory in case you don't know or you are new to my Instagram or new to this podcast. I got really, really sick back in 2013, 2014. And then in 2015 is when a lot of things pivoted. When I was 20 years old, I actually got married. And so it was a really quick marriage. And obviously it was all for the better, very happy and blessing from the Lord, blessing in disguise, really. But obviously, it was traumatic for me at 20. My husband left for another woman, yada, yada. I'm not going to go into that. But all that to say, everything that comes with a divorce comes with a lot of heartache and health issues. I feel like everyone, they just kind of stop caring, or they make the switch and they get motivated. They start going to the gym. They start like taking care of themselves, right? And so for me, both things happened. At first, I was very depressed. I don't think I got out of bed for like 3 days straight. And then, you know what? I decided to pick up a hobby. And that hobby was the gym. I even got certified as a yoga instructor. So I'm actually a certified yoga instructor. I was teaching yoga about four times a week. And I was also going to yoga myself just as a student. Some weekends I would teach 2 to 3 classes over the weekend. And then I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, teach a class before I actually went to my job. So I was very active. I started lifting weights. I started really becoming a quote gym junkie. And it was nice. It was a really good outlet. I felt great. But then when you start working out and you start getting into that gym junkie routine, of course, you start trying to eat better too. And a lot of the things that were in the gyms were Quest protein bars. They were things that were marketed as healthy, low carb, sugar free, all that stuff. And I was not into ingredients yet, right? This was all new to me. I was like 2021. And I just didn't pay attention to the ingredients. I just didn't think that was part of the equation. So I just looked at macros. Oh, this is high in protein. Oh, it's low in carbs. There's no sugar. It's high in fiber, all that stuff that the mainstream media pushes. And so I just grabbed and go. I think I started eating like 2 Quest bars a day, which of course you guys know that wrecks your gut like nobody's business. It had soluble corn fiber. I don't know if they've changed the ingredients since. I have not picked up one of those bars in forever. But at the time, it had soluble corn fiber. It had inulin. It had really high in fiber, which brings the carb count low because of the net carbs. That's still a debate, I would say, in regards to if that's actually true. But anyways, that was like the big thing, right? Quest bars were it. I would put them in the microwave to make like Quest cookies. If anyone remembers that from that like era, you know what I'm talking about. And it tasted good. To me, it tasted good, but it still felt weird at the time. But I was like, whatever. I kept moving on with my life. But that wasn't the only thing. I started paying attention to like, oh, I need to get high protein, no sugar, low carb. That's the thing. And I started getting Halo Top ice creams and those lean cuisines. Like I wasn't like really into cooking, but I would just grab the lean cuisines. I know you guys are like laughing and probably like, Bethany, what are you doing? But I had no idea. Like this was over 10 years ago. I'm 35 now. So again, this is when I was like 2021. And of course, everything that's just on the TV commercials for those that are young. Yes, we had TV commercials back then and we didn't have TiVo. You couldn't fast forward. You just had to watch the TV until the show came back on. And so all these commercials came on. Slim Fast. I don't know if anyone remembers Slim Fast. And this is, again, I'm laughing at myself right now. So I would grab, this is how much I did not know. Okay. And I was just oblivious. I would grab a Slim Fast, and Slim Fasts were basically like a protein like meal replacement. I would not eat them as a meal replacement. I would just get the Slim Fast and then obviously eat like a normal lunch. But in my mind, I thought, oh, on the TV commercials, they say it's supposed to help you like get rip and tone down and all these things. So I would drink one in addition to my lunch. And little did I know, I was just like consuming fake everything, chemicals. And obviously, I wasn't even losing weight because I think it maybe even gained weight because I was just consuming more calories, even though they were bad calories. They were actually more calories again because I was not like using it as a replacement, just in addition, which is stupid. I don't know if anyone remembers those 100 calorie pack Oreo snack packs. I don't even know if they still exist. But at the time, they came out with this like 100 calorie pack Oreos and Nutter Butters and like Chips Ahoy cookies. And they were all 100 calories per pack. So I would buy those and I would eat like 3 packs or 4 packs because I thought, oh, it's 100 calories and I'll just eat like 4 of them. Oh my gosh, my brain was like, I don't even know what I was thinking. But in my mind, again, I was like, this is better for you. There's a lot of talk about Shilajit and all of its benefits, ranging from bone health to anemia, fertility, hormone regulation, dementia. If you're one of the many who are looking for a natural remedy to help combat your health issues, I highly suggest incorporating Shilajit. And the brand I use is from Black Lotus. They do lab testing for metals and mold, and they pack it in glass bottles by them, not a third party. They offer resin, Shilajit honey, and tablets, which are my personal favorite. Fair warning though, you guys, it does not taste good. It tastes like if you were taking a bite out of a rubber tire. However, I have gotten used to it over time, especially since I know all the amazing benefits. This is for those who truly are looking to improve their health. So, Black Lotus has generously given me a code to extend to my followers, which will give you 15% off your order. Go to blacklotusshilajit.com and use code DIGEST. Shilajit is spelled Shilajit. That link will also be in today's show notes, so you can click it with one easy tap. I got on the protein powder kick and I was consuming Vega. And I'm sure everyone knows about Vega. And I was consuming other protein powders too that were very similar. Vega is just one example, but I talk about them and all other protein powders similar in my Instagram stories now, of just how the ingredients are crap, filled with artificial sweeteners, natural flavors, tons of gums and fillers, guar gum, xanthan gum, locust bean gum, which truly upsets your gut like nobody's business. It bloats you. It causes so much gas and discomfort. And thankfully, I was not suffering when I was taking them initially. And I say initially because I feel like everyone that starts taking these at the beginning, they don't get super sick. Maybe they'll get a little bloated or whatever. But the thing with when you do it repetitively, day after day, for even a couple years, then it starts to build up in your body and you just feel super, super toxic. I remember BOK burgers. I even went vegan for a little bit, thinking that was, quote, healthy, like when the huge vegan train caught on. And I actually used to work for a vegan plant-based meat company for 4 years. I was the head of marketing and I was the marketing manager and worked my way up, worked my butt off. But again, we were a vegan meat company. I wasn't vegan at the time, but I was kind of like dabbling into it. So again, I would eat Boca burgers. I don't even think they're on the market anymore, but it's basically like TVP, which is textured vegetable protein. TVP stands for that. And it's similar to Beyond Meat, all those fake meat companies. I would eat Gardein. I don't know if Gardein is still out there anyways, but this is like old school stuff. And again, I would just look at the nutrition facts, the macros. I had no idea what the ingredients were, nor did I think that was an important thing to look at. And it was just, I just thought I was doing my body good. I thought that these were the healthier foods. Again, I don't even think I was eating a low calorie diet. I think I was just eating a lot of processed crap, which in my mind, I thought I was being healthier for my body. And this is what everyone else was doing. This is what the people at the gym were taking. And I just was like, oh yeah, this is like what's supposed to be good for you. And it was something new. It was an outlet again after my husband left. And it just felt like a, quote, new beginning, right? Like this is the new me. I even got a boob job during that time afterwards. And I just kind of wanted like a little refresh, right? If you don't know, I did get my breast implants removed since then in 2019. I finally got them removed because of breast implant illness. That's another topic for another day, which I also do believe that contributed to my gut issues. So all this stuff happened at the same time. I won't go into like everything about my gut because that's not really the topic here. But I did develop like gastroparesis, which is paralysis of the stomach. It's basically where your stomach muscles stop working and stop contracting. And so any kind of food that you would eat just sat there and rot because my stomach muscles weren't contracting and moving food through my digestive tract. So that's just one example. And so I was just like, what the heck is happening? Then I couldn't barely eat anything. And it just spiraled down from there. A lot of you guys already know the story. But basically, the point of this podcast is to really share the stupid stuff that I was consuming regularly. And really, because of misleading information. And that's why I get so pissed off with brands and companies and even quote, health food influencers that push these low calorie, low sugar, sugar-free ice creams and protein bars and all these horrible just drinks and snacks that are just disrupting your gut like no other, even if they have natural flavors or gums in them. People are pushing them and they're promoted as a health food and they're not. And again, that's why I'm so passionate now about what I do, is because I was misled by the media, TV commercials, even quote health influencers and gym junkies. And I just believed what they said. And now being on the other side, knowing that ingredients do matter. In fact, ingredients is what matters. I mean, calories, in a sense, yes, it does matter in the big picture, but you could be eating the perfect caloric diet and it's all just chemicals and junk, and you can feel so sick, right? Or you could be eating a caloric surplus. I mean, I've done it. And eating caloric surplus, but you're eating real food is a total game changer. You can be eating like, I'm going to just take keto, for example. Like keto, you consume a lot of calories, but it's very limited in carbs and it's very limited in what you eat. But you're eating nutrient-dense foods, you're feeling satiated, you're not feeling bloated. Again, that's per individual. Some may feel bloated on a keto diet. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone. But in the general scheme of things, you could be eating very high calories and real food and still lose weight, or you know what I mean? And so the whole point of this podcast is to really wake up, whether it's yourself or someone you know that you're going to send this podcast to. Just because it's touted as healthy, it's touted as sugar-free, low carb, yada, yada, it could really be doing your body an injustice, because real food comes fresh. Real food doesn't expire. Excuse me, real food does expire. If it has a long shelf life, that's a red flag right there. If it has added fiber, this is huge. It's not supposed to be there. Okay, example. Fiber from an apple is great. When you see a protein bar and it says apple fiber, okay, that is fiber extracted, taken out of its natural element and put into something that's not supposed to have fiber. If you saw some eggs, for example, and you bought some eggs from the store and you looked on the nutrition panel and it said added fiber, these eggs have fiber, wouldn't you question what the heck? Like, why do these eggs have fiber? Naturally, eggs are not supposed to have fiber. So you're extracting something, putting it in something else that doesn't naturally have it. That creates an imbalance in the food, which ultimately creates an imbalance in your gut. It's not supposed to work that way. So again, fiber from natural things, from vegetables or from fruits, great. When you see something in a package and it has fiber and added fiber, again, hickory root fiber, inulin, carrot root fiber, all these different things, that is a huge red flag. And that is something that a lot of people don't realize. Something out of its natural element should not be there. So anyways, I wanted to keep this really short and sweet and concise for these bites of knowledge, but I hope this kind of opens your mind, piqued your interest. Again, looking at everything in its whole context, not just looking at the package and the marketing, and really questioning where these ingredients are coming from, how they're processed, how they're manipulated, and how they affect you in the end. Thanks so much for listening. See you guys next time. Thanks for listening to this episode of Digest This. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review in your podcast app to let us know. If you're ever wondering how you can support me and this podcast, sharing it with your friends and family is the best way. This is a Wellness Loud production produced by Drake Peterson and edited by Mike Fry. To check out more shows by my team, go to wellnessloud.com, and to email the show, message us at digestthispod@gmail.com. See you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team first.